Hey, so I'm going to show you how I use AirTable as my project plan. I don't use this as an actual like traditional planner. I just use Google Calendar as my, traditional life planner. But what I do is I've listed out like, all the tasks that I could think of, and this just keeps going down. And then I have two stores. So which store is it affecting? Do I want to be working on it soon, like this week or next week maybe? Usually I just do it weekly. So I go through my list and I'm like, what needs to get done? Usually it's like updates need to get done first. I do have a category, so I could show by category if I want to. If I'm like, okay, maybe I just want to pick one thing from each category. Like I want to do something on blogging, something on systems and operations, and that's usually just like something on the back end I need to do. Like I'm going to be looking into brand registry for pitch publications on Amazon. The impact on my business, 1 is it doesn't have much impact at all. 5, it would have a lot. And some of these I may gray out simply just because they concern with other clients. And while I don't mind sharing my information, I'm not going to share other clients' information because I do client work as well. I write some notes over here, which again, I apologize if some things are grayed out. It's only because some of this is client information. So that's just kind of how I get started. If I wanted to, like if I just wanted to show categories, I could go up here and go group by category. And then all of a sudden, all of like my website things that I'm working on are grouped. And if I scroll down, like it's just my product creation things. And it goes from there. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm just looking at grouped by yet, but you can group it by anything. Maybe I want to group it by impact as well. So I'm going to say, look, I want to do something on my website. Well, a lot of the stuff I have to do on my website is just maintenance stuff, so it doesn't have a huge impact. But maybe I want to add this discount. And you know what? That might have an impact because it might get to people to buy just a little bit more. So you can group it by as many things as you want to help yourself out. All right, now here's how I actually plan for the week. So I'm going to go to view, and I call it Trello day of the week because I was using Trello for plans. So at the end of each week, I plan for the next week. And this is something that came up this week that I actually want to do this week, and I haven't actually planned for it. I just have to fit it in somewhere. And my Monday and Tuesday things are done. And then what I do is when I have gone over, here, I'm going to show you. So I have view all uncompleted, because you'll notice one filter here where complete is not completed. So I actually could go back and look at my previous task if I wanted to. So let's say that I do want to work on that rhythm basketball bundle discount. So I'm going to click on working on. So I just go through my list and click on working on for all the things that I want to work on next week. And then I go to my Trello day of the week, and those are popped over here and uncategorized. Then what I can do is I can just take this and I can drag it. Let's say I want to work on that next Monday and this Tuesday. So I just go through and I just plan out my week. And then I try not to put too much things on the weekend, but sometimes it just works out that I need to do that. How I got to this view is I went over here and I clicked add view and add, I don't know if it's Kanban or Kanban. I'm sorry that I don't know how to say that. So it's viewing your records as a card. So if I create a new one, it's going to say pick a field. So maybe I want to pick a field by like the store I'm working on. So then it's going to list out all the things. And again, I apologize for hiding some of these tasks. They have to do with clients. It's going to list all of these things by the store. And so now I have this new Kanban view. But I've listed out my updates and like what part and the page number stuff, and like if a customer had emailed me about it and when it was submitted and the customer name. And again, I'm graying out some of this stuff simply because it's privacy information. But what I did is I actually listed out these specific updates because I kind of need to keep track of who I need to contact. Because if it was an email, I need to make sure I email them back. So if I go over here to the project plan, I actually have this linked here. So let's say that this rhythm basketball bundle discount was actually an update. Then I could click here and I could go through, and maybe I wanted to update, maybe it belonged to the Georgia standards. So I can kind of link it. So yeah, I'm putting it in 2 places. But for me, that was just because I needed to have more detailed records of the updates. And luckily, I don't have too many updates to do, so I'm not having to overlink them or anything like that. Then I have my daily tasks. These are things that I do every single day. So the first thing I do in the morning is kind of open this up and I respond to all my emails. And I've actually done my daily task today. I respond to my daily feedback. I go through my saved items on Facebook. I try to get, because I've saved like hundreds of things on Facebook. So I try to pick like 5 things to take action on. And usually it's like watch a video or read something, or maybe there was a comment about one of my products in a Facebook group that I perhaps need to respond to, or at least just keep an eye on to make sure everybody's happy. Respond to any TpT questions. And because I have some hard goods, I also have to ship orders, process my purchase orders, create invoices, and then I have a Facebook group. So I go in and check and just see if anybody's commented overnight or if anybody wants to join. So those are my daily tasks, and those are growing. And then I have some weekly tasks, some monthly tasks, and then some yearly tasks that I do as well. And so literally all I do is just each week I just go through and I check and uncheck. There's probably a way to mass uncheck it. I just haven't figured that out yet. I'm still kind of new to Airtable, but I am loving it. You could also actually add the separate columns for each week, and then you could just go in and hide that field if you were done. I don't bother because I don't need to go back and check my progress each week if I missed a task, and I have missed a task before. But I go through my daily task, and every day I kind of just check in on like my weekly tasks, and then I have some things I do monthly and yearly as well, mostly concerning like website maintenance. So that's kind of how I'm working on my project plan right now. Eventually, I'm probably going to add a tab that talks about a specific product and all the things that are going to go in with it. And if I do that, I'll come back and add an update.